afternoon. My name's Grayson Kirby. I'm a North Hall native, Hall County native. I went to school right up the road at North Hall High School. I was a big part. Ivester was a big part of my life. I did Ivester for 3 years actually. The first year was on site at North Hall through Lanier Tech, doing welding, doing a trade program. After that, I came to Ivester for 2 years, which allowed me to get all of my core classes done. So when I graduated from North Hall in 21, I went to UGA as a full course level sophomore. So I had all my core classes done, which at the time I did not realize what a blessing that was. That allowed me to go into UGA, not only avoiding some of the struggles regular freshmen face. It truly is a bridge. Obviously in this program is a bridge from high school to college. No matter where you go, whether you go to UGA, whether you go somewhere out of state, I truly believe, whether you go to UNG, Lanier Tech, doesn't matter. I truly believe that this is a bridge that prepares you for the workload. It prepares you for the rigor without all the other noise. Because let me tell you, college is full of noise. You'll figure it out real quick, especially on a campus like UGA. There's great noise, there's bad noise, but nonetheless, there's a bunch of noise. What Ivester allowed me to do was I got to understand the workload. I got to get good at studying on my own. Because the reality is in college, the professors care, but they expect you to be an adult. They're not going to babysit you. They're not going to ask for your work. They're going to expect you to turn it in when they say turn it in. And they're not necessarily going to remind you. So that's what Ivester let me do is start practicing that. Start practicing the studying on my own, figure out what works for me. I remember me and Miss Brown sat for hours at a time trying to figure out, how do I prepare for college history? I'm not a history guy. I like history, but I'm not good at remembering it. And so we sat through and figured out what study works for me, what studying doesn't work for me. If I would have got to UGA and, you've got school trying to figure that out, but not to mention you've got different clubs, different groups you're trying to get in with, different activities, I'd have been overwhelmed in a heartbeat. So I'm very thankful for what Ivester has done to help bridge that gap. And when you get to school, when you get to college, you're not overwhelmed. You're not just blown away by the workload itself. You understand what it takes in the classroom so that you can handle all the other things that go on a college campus. Because college is meant to be a good time. Don't get me wrong. It's not. You're meant to work. You're meant to study and get your education. But if you don't enjoy some of it, then you're going to have a miserable 4 years. I can promise you that. Just kind of going through my story. Like I said, I graduated in 21 from North Hall. Went to Ivester on campus down here for 2 years. My sophomore year, I did some welding classes, some trade classes through Lanier Tech, and those were phenomenal. Those gave me some life skills that I use every day. So now after going through Georgia, I graduated. I went to the ag program. I got a background in ag, grew up farming, been involved in agriculture my whole life. So I went through ag business, the best 3 years of my life, there's no doubt. And I'll just tell you, I applied to Georgia not as a joke, but as somebody told me I couldn't do it. Somebody told me I wouldn't get in, and I'm that guy that you tell me I can't, watch this, I'll get it done. So I applied, was hesitant on going. Once again, Miss Hood, Miss Brown, they were like, you're built for this, you're supposed to be there. And so I went, ended up loving it, made more connections and met more people and relationships than I could ever imagine. I've got friends across this state, across this country that wouldn't have been made if I didn't go to Georgia. So graduated through their ag business program this past May. So I own a company now called GLK Grading and Clearing. We do commercial and residential site work and development, as long as quite a bit of ag related, grading, clearing, land preparation. We do a lot of reclaim on fields and ponds, work on a lot of different farms. And I truly believe that while no equipment operating and that aspect of my business is not directed towards my degree at Georgia, I would not be here where I am without my degree. It taught me all kind of business, number side of the business, how to run a business, how to manage a business, as far as, you know, some of the aspects in the computer. But also built relationships. More than anything, I built relationships with people in the industry, people who are my age, getting in the same industry I am, in a different part of the world, whether it's South Georgia, West Georgia, and I can call them. We can talk through different things. The networking I made at Georgia is unbelievable. It's second to none. That's probably my biggest takeaway from Georgia, is that it allowed me through these classes and through these programs to meet people that I would have had no reason to meet. So if I can leave you with something, just know that you may not see the end picture yet. You may not even know what you want to do. But I promise you, going to Georgia was the biggest blessing I ever got. The teachers here at Ivester who believed in me, who saw me through the hard times when school was hard, I was struggling with it. They saw me through and pushed me to be there. So, you know, when Miss Brown, Miss Hood are pushing you, know that they see what you don't. I couldn't see it then. I see it now, but I couldn't see it then, and how my best was yet to come.